Hello everyone and welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series. Today we'll be going over creating the Mario type of damage system where jumping on an enemy deals damage. So I've got this little enemy crab, and if I jump 1, 2 and 3 and it's destroyed, right? So we're going to come in, I'll show you as well this extra feature that if we're holding our jump button, there we go, we get launched much higher, right? So let me show you how easily we can implement this and get it into your own game for you. So let's just get into it. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to import an enemy that's not as tall as the ones we have here. So what I'm going to do is I've left the link in the description below to the original author of this mesh, as well as to the file I've created where I've just fixed up some of his mesh problems. So all credit goes to him, he did all the work on the model, so please show him some love. But for here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come to our content browser and go to our mesh folder, right click and create a new folder. We're gonna put our enemy meshes in here, so call it this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come to import, we're gonna go find our armored crab fixed, and we're just gonna scroll down till we see import static meshes. Make sure this is ticked on and then click import. So here is our model, right? But we need to obviously add textures, so let's do that as well. So come over to your textures folder, create a new folder called enemies, and create a new folder in there called armored crab. So I'm just trying to keep things organized. You can set this up however you like. So I'm just going to get my textures, get all of them, import. So at the same time, I'm now going to show you how we can create a material for all of these, right? So come over to your materials folder, materials, create a new material. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press hold T and just click a couple times in the material, and you'll get all of this. It was 3 for here, so just roughness and normal. Okay, so you're gonna get these errors. What we need to do is just it needs a texture, and that's why we're getting the errors. So over to armored crab and we select that, and then to color, happy days. Next one. You could also click and drag in, that also works, so let's do that. And this will be roughness, so connect that to the roughness, and then normal to normal. Okay. So then we come over to our crab, go to details, and you see we've got 2 bodies here. So we're just going to check armored crab. So is that the base? Wait for the text. So that's the props. So we need to come here and put it here. But I don't want to use this material. I want to create some material instances rather. It's a bit more performative that way. So right click on this and go convert to parameter. Say diffuse, the diffuse channel, convert to parameter for roughness, and then same again for normal. Okay, so on our other material, we've got this metallic as well. So I'm just going to drag this in, even though we won't use it here. Go to parameter, and this will be metallic. Okay, click apply, save. Okay, you can close this out. Now we need to go back to our materials, and we're just going to create material instances out of these. I just want to get rid of the old one because we don't want naming conflicts. So F2 into the end here. This will be body, and then duplicate it, and that will be props. Yeah, there we go. So open them up. This one we don't need to change anything besides the metallic. So we're just going to come here, and then we're probably going to select like a black if they have anything. Just choose that, so we don't have any. You just want a black material, black texture, so that we're not getting any metallic values, right? So now if we look, we've got a bit of. Oh wait, that might be why. Armored crab body. There we go. So now if you look at the body's all good. Okay. So now we just need to do the props. So open the prop up. We can leave the metallic on because this is our prop one, but then we can go to our textures here, get this, so into color, metallic into metallic, normal into normal, and roughness into roughness. Okay, so that's that. So click save, and now we go here and we type in prop. And there we go. So there is our armored crab. Very nice. Guy did a really good job with the model. Okay, so now that we've got that sorted, let's create the enemy. Okay. So for this, we're not going to create any movement logic for him. I'm just basically showing off the damage. Okay, so come here, click blueprint class, type character, and get BP enemy armored crab. Okay, open this up, and under the mesh, we're just gonna change this. I want to use a skeletal mesh. Okay, so this is a good opportunity to show how we can convert static meshes to skeletal meshes, right? Even though we don't have any animations. We're gonna go to our enemies, right? Here's our armored crab, right click and go convert to skeletal mesh. Leave everything as default, convert, and you'll just get this, which is fine. We don't need to worry about any of that, we just want the model. Obviously we don't have any animations. Like I said earlier, if you need animations, you'd animate your character outside Unreal and then bring it in. Yeah. So same process, just go in here, drag in your crab, then change the capsule to 40, and just drag the crab to where you need it to be, so it's 35. Yeah. Because we don't want to inherit the same logic, but obviously you would do this in your own game with how you want. So let's get rid of this dude, get rid of this dude, just don't want it. So open up your enemy crab, and we're gonna add that BPC enemy stats so we can access the stats, right? So we're gonna say it has 3 health with a maximum of 3, so it's gonna take 3 jumps to beat him, but for now let's just say 1, so we'll jump on him once and we'll get it. So come over to your capsule component, and we're gonna add a sphere collision. Let's see, damage calc, damage vision. Yeah. We're gonna put that on top of the enemy. I just want to reduce its size a bit to say maybe 20. So when our character lands on this sphere, then we'll do damage, right? So come over here to begin component overlaps, just so we have this and we can get rid of all this for now. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to set a couple variables at the beginning here, just to check if the creature is dead. So let's just create a new variable and call it is dead ? And this will be used later. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag out from other actor to see who the actor is, and let's just say has tag. Okay, and we'll just say this is player. Okay, and then we'll go here and create a branch and connect it up, right? So if it is the player, then we're gonna go to the BPC stats and decrease health, right? And then we can say the incoming damage is 1. So every time we jump on the creature, we'll do 1 damage, right? Yeah. So then we need to check if the creature is dead. If it is dead, so put a branch here. Go ahead and destroy the actor. If it's not dead, do nothing, right? So that's essentially going to be the logic. But our player doesn't have this player stat. So I'm just going to come over here, Control C to copy the name. It needs to be exact. So click compile and save. And now go to your BP player. Open that up. And we're just going to go to, I think it's class defaults. Let's just check tag. Yep. Okay, so under class defaults, come to the top here under details, check tag. And add this tag here at the bottom, this advanced actor tag. I'm just going to call it player. Right. So click compile and save. So basically every time we jump or hit the sphere collision, we will then check if it is the player. If it is the player, we'll decrease the health by 1, right? And yeah, so let's test that out. So come and drag in your BP enemy crab. Okay, there we go. As you can see there, we've got the sphere collision at the top there. So let's go ahead. And yeah, so here's our crab. Obviously we can't interact with it, so let's try jumping on it. There we go. See, it's destroyed, right? So it's working. So let's go ahead and increase the health to maybe 2 so that we can see what happens. So also what I want to do is I want to launch the character. Launch character and the target. Okay. So the target is going to be the player. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a reference to our player. So okay, at the events begin play, if I can spell, we're just going to cast to BP player. It's player character, and right click promote to variable, and we say this is player reference, right? So click compile, save, no errors, great. So now we're gonna get our player ref, and that's gonna be our target, right? And we're gonna want to launch them in the Z, let's say 100 units, right? So click compile and save, let's check if that works. So come over here, there's our player, our enemy. Need to launch higher, so let's say 2000 just to check if it's working. And we also want to do once, and then decrease health, check, launch a character. Okay, we'll go off the false and we'll reset this, right? So just reroute the node. And we also probably want to add the launch character to the false as well. So let's do this and then connect that up into there, right? Because we want to launch the character regardless. Let's bring it down actually, just to make it a bit neater. Okay, let's test if that works. So there's our crab. Doing. Okay, we got bounced a bit. Doing. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what's happening, why it's not working. Do once. And it's completed. Check the box. It might be because of this. So let's move this over this way and connect that like that. That into there and then that into there, right? Let's see if that fixes it. Compile and save. Okay, let's actually also just change the sphere collision to be a bit bigger. So come up to our viewport. Let's make it back to 30, right? Okay, so come over here. And we're gonna jump once. There we go. See, now we're getting launched. And we do it again, and we get it launched, and the character is destroyed. So let's change the Z value on our launch to be something a bit more realistic. So let's say 500 units and see what happens. Okay, so here's our crab. Okay, that's pretty much a good jump. 2 jumps. Okay, so maybe a bit more. Maybe let's make it 750 just so we get some height. And that's how we can implement the Mario sort of damage into our system. Yeah. Obviously, you can make this change however you want. So if you wanted your character to have 100 health, and then you just change the incoming damage to whatever you need it to be. Yeah, I think that's gonna do that with that. So I think what I want to add onto this as a bonus is that when we jump onto the character and we're holding space, we launch a bit higher. Yeah, or holding our jump button. Yeah. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so gonna come over to our BB player. We're gonna find the jump function. This is under the tab. So here's the jump function, right? So we're gonna create a new variable called is jump held. Yeah. Okay, let's tag. I compile and save. Okay. So we need to check if this is held. So what we're going to do is we're going to move all this over. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to set this as false to both of these and connect them up. Like that. So that's fine. And then we check. Yeah, so it's probably going to be under triggered. So set that to true. Probably something like that. And let's just test this quickly. Compile and save. I'll go back to our enemy crab and check out over here. Okay, so we're gonna move this over. Right. Is held. Get is jump held, right? And put a branch here. So if is jump held is true, we will launch the character, let's say 1000. And if it's false, we will set this to 750 and do the same thing, destroy actor. Okay, so then we're going to do the same off the false here. Just remember to reconnect your targets. So let's actually just move all of this up so we have a bit of a clearer. Yeah, that should be good. Just like this. This up here. Yeah. And then we'll do the same here. So copy all of this. Here. This false here, and that. Just copy this one to the true, and let's actually exaggerate this so we know that we're jumping really high. Let's see if that works. I don't know why the crab got launched. Okay, so small jump, there we go, nice and easy. And then big jump, there we go, hold. See, nice and easy. Let's increase the crab's health again. Make it 3 hits this time. So we can come here and normal jump, letting go of space to jump, holding space, jumping, and then jump again, holding space. There we go. I'm not sure why he's moving. It might be like a force impulse type thing, a physics type thing. So that's gonna be it for this tutorial. In the future tutorials, I'll show you. Yeah, so in the future tutorials, we'll look at, well, I don't know what's coming next, but stay tuned.